A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
What's up,
What
y'all?
up? What up?
Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. And of course, we got our junior member CC on the pod. You can't see here, but
I thought you were talking about me. I thought you were talking about
Child, this is not willingly. She's supposed to be in her chair eating a snack, but as you can tell, she would like to eat it on camera instead.
So for those viewers watching, you get to see our beautiful little junior member.
Our junior podcast.
Let them know.
And that's what we said too, CC. The what she said is translated is the mole finale could have been an email. That's what she said.
It could have been an email. That's what the title of this podcast will be. It could have, should have been an email.
I will say it still had its moments. It still had a couple moments this episode.
Could have been an email.
It had one little thing that really ate, and I was like, "You did that." Other than that, I was just kind of like, I don't know. Overall, Josh, how were you feeling about the finale? Overall,
I didn't like the winner because I did not like this individual this entire season.
Oh no, I did not expect you to say that. I didn't like it.
I just did not care for him. Even though I thought he was the mole, still didn't care for him. Turned out he was the player, did not care for him. He won, did not care for him.
I still think Ryan the mole. I don't care.
No, because Ryan is the mole. You can't tell me otherwise.
Hey,
that
means she's an excellent player, top tier. Because she got
I don't know about top tier. She's cool.
I enjoyed Ryan. Go ahead, Josh. I was
gonna say that. I saw someone on Twitter say this, and I agree. It's like, I don't know. She's being unedited. It's given mole. I was like, yeah, she doesn't get that much screen time. When she does, she's doing something incorrect.
So that makes me wonder. I really wish we had time to do individual interviews because I really want to know. Now, girl, Big Ben statue, be for real. And you're not even the mole. Are you kidding me now?
I mean, I'm not gonna.
It is a statue.
I wouldn't do that. It is.
She wasn't wrong though.
Not a statue. It's a clock tower.
It's a clock tower that. Let me look at the
statue. It's made out of marble or whatever it is.
No, it's not.
Well, what are you gonna think of? Who else is Big Ben? The quarterback for the Steelers? Yeah, you can say Big Ben statue. If she just said Big Ben, period. Like,
yeah, she said
no one would be tripping.
Pause. A statue is a three-dimensional work of art that is usually life-size or larger representation of a person, animal, or mythical being. It can be carved from stone, wood, molded, plastic, or bronze.
The
mythical
what the key word is.
The mythical
key words are work of
hold on. A clock not mythical?
No.
Time is magical. Time is magical.
I know you watch
listen, Harry Potter, Hermione, turn back time. Magical.
What's her name?
Y'all watch Loki?
What is her name?
Hermione?
Hermione. Y'all know I'm country. She was right. Yeah. Technically, I mean that was on everybody else. Y'all know what Big Ben is.
Well, that's Sean. Now looking back, they should have added that in his clip because that's all he kept talking about. The statue. So there he is being the mole because he should make sure they focus on the statue and not Big Ben. Because Ryan did say Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, if you say Big Ben,
if she had just said statue, then I would have been like, Ryan, what you doing? But she did say Big Ben. That's like me saying, hey, do you know the person Eric Treese? That didn't make sense when it came out of my mouth. But y'all get what I'm saying.
But
she
also,
was right.
Even though this was last week, but we saying too, But the problem is she said clock tower before that. So that's why I was like, girl, why we mixing stuff up? But I guess that was to kind of throw us off, maybe if she was trying to confuse Deanna and all that. But anyway.
I don't know, but if she was, she would have got a confession saying she's trying to draw. Everyone that was trying to draw suspicion on themselves was going and saying that in their confessionals.
Right. So now that you say that, Ryan, if you watching, we know you watch. Girl, we need to talk because we need to understand. We need to understand.
Yeah, the season over. You can come on now. We can send you the link.
Come on over, girl.
Turn this finale, turn this recap into an interview real quick.
I mean, because we just need to know. We need to know. But until Ryan comes, if she decides to come. But the way this episode started off, or these last two episodes starts off, we left off where Hannah had the option to take the money or continue for an exemption pass, right? She comes back to the group and cutting right to the chase. She let them know what was going on, what they had offered, and then they give us the flashback that she chose to stick with the $20,000. And it got a little, it got down to the wire when he started clicking them phones and the light was greening up, and she was one of the last ones left. And I'm like, girl, you might should have took that, try to win for that exemption because you might get ready to go home. Because the first person to go home was Ryan. And we like, well, dang, that was our mole. So who the mole folk? So after Ryan leaves, since a lot of us thought that Ryan was the mole, my immediate was like, oh, it got to be Michael then. Michael got to be the mole.
I actually went Deanna.
Deanna.
Y'all know I get everybody name wrong. Deanna.
It's crazy how selective your memory is. You did good at that one challenge on game night, but everything
right
you got there to never tap back in again.
Like,
no, I can do it. It's just I gotta find I have to come up with the system.
Sledgehammer.
Look, I still know that sledgehammer was that little whisk, wasn't it? I still remember that.
Whoa, yeah.
Exactly, Cece. And so then it gets down to the last, it was out of Deanna and Hannah, was it not?
Yeah, Michael was in the second half of that too, but
Michael.
We all thought he was the boss. It was like, oh yeah, he's staying for show.
I will say regarding Michael at this point in time, I was confident. Just thinking back to the mission of them cutting the wires, man, they both messed that up. Gosh dang! Now that we know Michael was no mole and Ryan wasn't the mole, watch out, cut the wrong wire. Michael lost himself $10K.
Even too. And I'm jumping ahead, and that's okay because we can do what we want to do. When he was on that last little thing, and he took I'm not doing what nobody else say. I'm not doing what nobody else say. So if you thought Sean was the mole, and Muna is saying the same thing as Sean, Muna's not the mole. Why would you not listen to Muna? Muna is all about money. We know this. We have established this that she wants the money. So why would you not listen to what Muna is saying?
Because he didn't think it was Michael until the end. That's why.
But we're talking about
Sean.
I mean, yeah, Sean.
You just cost yourself $15,000 that you would have had in your pocket extra.
Yeah, because you messed up at the last step that Muna is telling you. Because you already established, like you said, you already established Muna's not the mole. Sean is the mole.
Right.
And
so
that's what you say. Yes, if two of these people, one is the mole, but one is not the mole and is about the money, it's telling you to go to the left, like Beyonce said. Why are you all going over to the Rihanna right? What's up with that?
Silly.
I mean, I will say, and we could get to this later. I think it still benefits the mole because we saw last season where I don't remember exactly what happened, but Joy got the guess wrong or whatever. When it's like we all are like, oh, it's Kasi, and I could be messing up names, and then all of a sudden it's like, hold on, you can still trick someone right at the very end. So I think there's some benefits.
Well, the thing is with Joy, I really don't know how she was on because she was just guessing for Will the whole time because she thought, oh, this good guy mole thing is like he always wants to be in control. He always wants to add money to the pot. That's giving mole. That's exactly what the mole would do. And I was like, looking at him, I said, Joy, this tall Caucasian Yeti looking man want the money.
Well, the thing is, Joy knew it was Kasi. Well, if you go back to our interview, she knew it was Kasi for the longest. And she changed her mind at the last second because of some things. I forgot what she said. But she gave us some detail why she changed to Will. And she's like, I knew I should have just followed my instinct and what I knew from what I've gathered to stick with Kasi. So she did know it was her, but she didn't follow her gut. And so yeah, when Michael did that, before we go back to Michael, Deanna go home. Hannah say, like, okay, girl, you got touched by an angel, girl, because you was almost up out of there. If she would have went home after not taking an exemption, I would be like, dang, that would suck. And that was the last exemption.
Shout out to the money though. I would have said, hey, thanks for the 20K.
I would went to the winner. I was like,
said that.
I would if that was me, I'd be like, I would go to the winner ones like, look, I'm not gonna ask for the whole 20K that I gave up my game for, but you're gonna give me a slice of this cake right here.
Literally. So she might as well just donated it because the very next round she was out anyway. So
she didn't do nothing but that. That was on her.
It was because she was worried about Muna. Like, you don't see Sean pulling up against these ropes.
If I was there, I would have definitely picked up that Sean was more right here. Like, you are usually not. Sean never proven himself to be a confrontational person, or like to call someone out like that. Unless I missed something this whole season, I never heard him buck up his voice like that ever.
Was it me or because he pissed me off low key? I kind of rose up because I had this on cruise control watching it, and when he got to talking crazy to Hannah, I said, "Hold on." And Moon, I said, "That would have you
doing a little too much."
Yeah,
and I got ready to fight for a second.
That's out of character because you're usually all the cool, calm, goofy cop. That's what goofy dad, stay-at-home dad. That's the image you're going for. And then here, when you in this high-pressure situation where communication is important, you diverting by accusing them of sabotage and good well knowing you the mole. I was like, I would have picked up on that because now you acting different. You switched up on us.
I would have had to phone a friend and have you or Treese come cuss him out because, like, who are you talking to? Because you'd have lost your mind, brother.
And would have did it. You would have got cussed out hard.
I would have sent him a Novia carrier pigeon, just like cussing him out.
Oh my goodness! So the way Josh can explain the challenge for it.
Okay, so the challenge is that they're gonna pretty much be doing like a human version of the crane game, but they got all these little pieces of art and they trying to find the two real ones versus all the other counterfeits. And so they gotta have to suspend one, and the other three gotta use all these cables and watch moving left, right, forward, backwards, up, and down. So for some, I think Hannah was trying to volunteer herself for it, but then Michael, hefty, husky, brawny, paper towel built self,
literally,
said, I want to do it. He said, I got the biggest wingspan, but I'm just like, and you got the biggest mass.
I'm with Hannah. Hannah said, why are we putting Michael, the biggest, the tallest, 6 foot, 200, 300 pound self on the swing?
Yeah, that didn't make no sense. I don't know what they was doing.
No, and then she got suspicious because Muna said she kind of co-signed it because she like, Muna's like, I get it because if you suspect someone, you want to put them in the driver's seat and see what they do.
Not that driver's seat, baby, because
Muna should have.
You.
Yeah, Muna should have had some better judgment on that. Like, I get where she's coming from, but pick your moment.
Yeah. I will say it made for a goofier mission, which I'm all for.
It just pissed me off more. It just legit like raised my blood pressure a few points.
Why?
Just seeing this big oaf, just like right here it said, and he couldn't move nowhere because they couldn't lift him.
Okay, choose me real quick, because now that he not the mole, because now that we know he's not the mole.
Yes, let's talk
I'm mad
about it.
because why was you over here kicking stuff off? You was purposely kicking stuff, grabbing stuff with your feet. You knew you could have lifted your leg out. You could have been moving to the side. Like, you was intentionally knocking stuff over.
Period. Like, I give him a pass on. I think the first one he dropped, I don't think was his fault.
That wasn't his fault.
The last two, though, especially that third one. Especially that last one.
Because you moved your leg intentionally back there to go flip it off.
Yeah, I was like,
I watched.
I was like, you don't gonna spread your legs out just so you're not hitting the.
Going back, him not being the mole, it's like now it's pissing me off because it's like I get it, you trying to draw suspicion to yourself, you want people to vote for you and stuff like that, but I don't even know. I
will say a lot of his sabotages felt like they didn't lead to lots of money, but if we really think about it, he really the only mission I could think of where he didn't make a mistake was probably the one where the chicken in a cup mission where he was just sitting at the desk and kind of just like pointing, take that person out.
Right.
Well,
that's about it.
I guess he could have called out Sean for taking that photo down, but that's intel, so you would keep that to yourself. So I let that one slide, but I feel like literally everything else. Ooh.
I saw too. So this some tea. Maybe y'all saw it too, but apparently Muna and Deanna also saw Sean take the picture down. Like they didn't know what he did, but they saw him move something. They knew it. They saw him. They didn't know what he did, but they saw him do it. By the way. So yeah.
And weren't those 3 people that went and saw no, Deanna saw Muna's video, but the other 2 they went and saw Sean's video.
Yeah.
So that's that's kind of funny.
That's So I'm like, well, if y'all saw that should immediately try to turn y'all on to him immediately. Well, Deanna for sure, because you kept talking about Muna, honey, and now you on your way back home because clearly it was Sean, and you saw him do that real suspicious like too.
And he's not even on your radar. We don't hear no confessionals. I guess that part got edited out, but like, I didn't hear Deanna talk about nobody but Moon as suspicious in her confessionals. Not another soul.
Not another, and she an investigator.
That's suspicious.
Yeah. And now it's suspicious too, because it's like nobody was talking about Sean. Like none of y'all had an idea. Everybody was just shocked. They just couldn't believe it. But I'm just like, y'all sat here and watched this man lie to Q, for those who made it that far. Lie so good to put this story together. Oh, I missed you, brother. I voted you back in because we need you here to make this money. Only to be lying.
Hey,
and you like.
Hey, sometimes you gotta play a little dirty. Moles are in the dirt, so you gotta play a little dirty.
But that should have been that cute, and I think that's Muna picked up on it. She said she picked up on it when Melissa went home. But anyway, but if anything, that would have got me on the shine because like you just lied, so smooth, so easy. Plus, I know you a cop too. You the mole.
But Loki also, it's like, why does he care about
Kenny
the
the mole?
He shouldn't have to care about the money.
Who the mole?
Kenny. That's Big Brother.
Stop. I cannot.
Stop.
Screaming.
If there was one, he would be it.
Which one is Kenny?
The
one that's just like Sean.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Anyway.
Exactly.
Sorry, my face got all crunched up.
I thought you had forgot for a second.
Fix your face, Eric.
Like,
fix your face.
So yeah, like Josh said, they did their little challenge or whatever. They finally figured out that there was a monkey sign, that the tail was either out or in, and it was the tail that was out, which made the correct, counterfeit or whatever they was looking for. And they only got one, so they got $30,000 instead of $60,000.
However, since Michael dropped 2 and Sean made Michael drop the first one, the third one.
Sure did.
They lost $2,000 per base dropped.
Yep.
So that means they took under $24,000.
Yep. I thought Ari was gonna get him an extra $1,000 like he did last time to make it even. He said, "Nah, I ain't getting."
Nah.
He said, "Look, I done helped y'all out as much as I possibly can. I done went in my purse and done got y'all some change. Y'all gonna have to earn the rest of this. Y'all ain't getting nothing extra."
No, I do have to say, I think overall, I don't know if it's because at the point the niche completely drained the pot, but I do feel in general this season did have more money on the line than like last season.
Yeah, had to.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's specifically because we saw these later challenges. Like this challenge was for a total of 60,000. The most they had for a challenge last season was maybe 40,000. The most they could win in a singular challenge.
Yeah.
Last season. Shout out Wikipedia. High level sources. Wikipedia.
101,000.
They could have earned 250,000 and they walked away with 101,000.
Yep.
And this season they could have won 610,000 and walked away with 154,000.
Tracy on mute.
Wow, it's a big drop.
I'm telling you this because that's what I liked about the mole. Because like I said, I've been rewatching like old seasons. Like the first challenge in one of the seasons I watched was for $60,000. That the very first challenge, and they said the grand prize was up to $500,000. I said now they're playing with some real stakes. Because this is
listen, I told you. I knew something was up when they took away them Range Rovers and G Wagons, baby. They said they can just go to the pot budget. They said y'all in them little Toyotas, them little electric car thing, them little baby cars. Nothing fancy today.
So Niche really threw away $60,000, and they still came out with
barely 100,000.
Mm-hmm. They came $50K more than last season. Shout out to them. Shout out to Niche for that.
That's crazy. I'm kind of glad because I didn't want Michael to win, so I'm kind of glad they didn't get way up into that money. Because if he would have won all that money like that over Muna, I would be pissed. I'm sorry. I just
Muna was robbed, man. Do they give second place money?
She probably get a little stipend for being on the show.
I don't think they get a stipend.
Really? Because they gone for like 2 months.
They get room and board, and they get
probably room and they tickets. They probably get a vacation. And if you ain't,
they pay for all their food.
Like
Samara did say they pay for all their food.
Oh, you know what? She did say they didn't get a stipend. That's right.
Yeah.
But this year might be different, hopefully.
But that's wild though, because like they're filming for so long. That's 2 months of no income, of only getting money if you're either the mole or the winner. That's
side-eye Netflix.
I don't know. If that's the case, I feel like they do need to.
Well,
let me finish this. Well, I do feel like if that's the case, I do feel like they should offer more like buyouts during the execution ceremonies. Like, if you're not feeling confident, maybe it's $25,000 to leave right now. If that's really the case of no stipend, it's either win, mole, or nothing. I really do feel like they need to have some cash buyouts for those that don't feel confident on finding who the mole is.
I would have dipped so fast for $25K. They're like, who wouldn't leave now for $25K? Me? Easy. Guaranteed money? Easy. Come on, I can make a lot happen with $25K.
I would stay last season because I would it's definitely Kasi. So I definitely would have stayed last season. But this season, it was too many people that I was suspecting that it could have been because everybody was just terrible at the game.
Right. I'd be like, yeah, I don't have like at least a strong 2 suspects in my mind. I'd be like, yeah, let me take the 25,000 because especially imagine you don't take it and you still end up going home that night.
Pissed
and broke.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. So Hannah goes home after that challenge because she probably put all her thing on Muna because she thought Muna was being suspicious. Which I don't know
what? I kind of think they all put it on Ryan or on Sean. I think we did get to the point where if it's Deanna, if it's Hannah, Muna, and Michael, 3 of those saw whatever do his nefarious activities. Sean. Yeah. So it's like it wouldn't surprise me if we got to the point where you could know that it was Sean and you just had to know the most.
But it's them question. And that's what it gets to me. My question is, especially when it came down to he keep talking about it came down to 2 votes between Muna and Michael. Show us the quizzes. We need to see the quiz answers. We need to see them light up, see which ones is right, so we can see and verify that there's no spookiness going on behind.
In the words of Carrie, show us the timer. I don't trust it.
Because legit, I want to see all them questions because I remember once again rewatching Omo. They went through the quiz question by question, 10 for the main show, even though it might have been more, and then 20 for the finale. They went through by question. They talk about during this mission and during this challenge, where did the mole live in a house or apartment? Like all this other stuff. Like they went and asked those in-depth questions. So it's like 2 questions. I was like, you can put this online. I want to see the quiz, the entire quiz, all 50 questions.
Yeah, that we need it.
I mean, there's not much that they even really put in the finale. Like it's a lot of like filler, honestly. Let us see them answer these questions live.
Because I'm like, there has to be a better way to do this show because because you know who the mole is, because that's the part that sucks, because it's like you know who the person is, but just because you didn't know this person was 6'5" as opposed to 6'2", I lose.
Hey, you know crazy. What? They had a chance to bid on a dossier. I'm gonna keep saying it. They could have, should have been on the
That is
dossier.
true.
Damn, Eli, I
so
didn't even think
right.
about that. You
You
show
did say that
right
last time.
Yeah, because sometimes those dossiers do include some of those little details that you may not
that they put on the question. Yeah,
And by
But
that
was like,
point,
there has
Muna
to
was
be.
locked in on Sean. Did her all in or whatever. If she said she knew after Melissa went home, she maybe had an idea, and so she could have got extra info.
Girl, she might should have took some of that money because what's the name got rid of it the next round anyway, so she might as well have snatched that dossier up. I guess that's good for us to know, future mole players. If you're listening and watching, get the dossier.
Yeah,
get the dossier.
Just don't run the entire pot to get it.
Hey, you know what?
It's just what no more than 5,000.
Hey, you drain it for the dossier, then no one can get an exemption.
That's true.
No money.
That is true. I'm trying to think back to season 1. Who got the Did Joey get a dossier?
I think they all got a dossier.
Greg took the dossiers.
Greg got. Okay, I knew Greg did.
And one other person did it too. But Greg for sure definitely should look at the dossiers.
Because I'm like, who took a dossier last season? And then did they make it far? So
Greg made it like top 6, 7.
7, 6. Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around that part. So he did decent.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all. So final 3, they did a little mind challenge. I thought this was a neat little challenge. Y'all should tell us how it worked and all of that. But
yeah,
I fast forwarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Except for the end when Muna went, and I liked what she did. That's the only redeeming quality of what she did and how she did it for me.
Yeah, so they pretty much have to go through a little minefield. There's 3 different levels. It's almost like if you remember that one Nickelodeon game show, Brain Surge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I did.
The last challenge where they memorize the pattern and the 4x4, the 5x5, and 6x6. It's kind of akin to that. So they got one person to do the little one. That's for 10,000. Next one is bigger, for 15,000. The biggest one, the longest journey, was for 25,000. And Muna spoke up and said it was a relatively easy path, but like on surface level, that looks daunting. It had to have been like at least like 15
It was
rows.
30. Oh yeah.
13 rows and stuff of pathways, and you never know if it's all 4 motion, you might have to backtrack and go zigzag. So like before they look at the pattern, it's like that does look kind of daunting. But Muna said, I got this. They gave Sean the easiest one. They gave Michael the middle one. Sean was in his mole bag and didn't listen to Muna, so they blew up their money. Michael was in his bag of not having brain cells and not having common sense, of listening to both the other people telling him to go left and he went right, and he was not right. Blew up the money again. But then Muna said, y'all two stand there and be kind of
I am not listening.
Yeah.
Bro, I need to rewatch Sean doing his Sean and Michael, because I remember like they were like, yeah, go forward or whatever direction, or go upright, and he's like, upright, okay, forward. Like, oh my god,
it's so
no. That was whatchamacallit. Michael, she was like, go.
Whoa.
He's like, go left. They said no.
No, that was Sean, because Sean went forward when they told him to go left.
They both did it.
Yeah,
that's why
they told Sean
was
supposed to go forward, and he did
it.
And then Michael
was supposed to go left, but he went right.
And he was like, go left. Oh no, he was supposed to go right.
No,
he
went the opposite of where he's supposed to go.
Right. He asked right, and they was like, no, left. Okay, right.
That was his confession saying, like, I know that it's right, and they're telling me left, but I'm gonna trust my own intuition. And then he just has to feel like, ooh, he pissed me off so much.
Talking about, I can't let the mole trick me this close. I gotta get this money. Da da da. Only one of the people behind you is the mole.
He was cooking.
Only one person behind you is the mole.
Yeah, and the smartest person there. Hey. It was very irksome. And then I really think, at least on how it's portrayed on the TV screen, Muna realizing when Sean was trying to take diagonal right on that last step.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, that would have, if hypothetically she was really thinking Michael this whole time.
That's still
portrayed. Right. if that definitely would have been the moment to click up because her path did not have not one singular diagonal up in there.
Well, so that's why I said this was one of the redeeming qualities for me because she said I have this whole map mapped out in my head, so I know how to get there. But I'm gonna let them tell me. And so whenever I'm gonna get to a crucial point when I know where the next step is, but I'm gonna see who's gonna tell me the truth. And so she's like, "Do I need to go left?" And she was like, "Only one of them told me the right way, and the other person, which was Sean, told me the wrong way." She said, "So I know without a shadow of a doubt, the mole is Sean because Michael was like, go straight," and he was like, go left, and she was like, "Ain't no left in this." I know the pattern. We look at the pattern. So I know. So she set him up. And I love that. Like I love a good setup, hook, line, and sinker. He fell right in the trap. And I loved it.
Yep. That. Take notes, future mole players, because that if you on the mole and you know you're not the mole and you got 50-50 chance and you get a chance, do that.
I mean, it does require you to know the path yourself, right? Like she had to know for fact what the path
you know
was.
what? You know what? You get it wrong. You're looking like Michael, and you're like looking somewhat like a mole. And you know what? There's worse things to look like in the game.
That's true.
But she did make it to the end, and she collected that little money for him, I guess.
Now, question.
At the end,
child. Since we get ready to go there, do you think Muna potentially lost because she wasn't didn't have more potential as being believed as the mole?
No.
Because from Michael's point of view, we have Muna, who was kind of maybe did some sus stuff in the very beginning, but ever since then it's been all about the money. And her actions have backed up her words.
Mm-hmm.
Like she don't look suspicious at all. And Sean is who looks hella sus, and he's been sus ever since that dinner mission.
Yeah.
But from Muna's point of view, you have Michael, who we now find out has just been a total screw up, as opposed to Sean, who is actually the mole. So from Michael's point of view, he has 100% shot of knowing who the mole is, whereas in Muna's point of view, it was only 50-50.
Yeah.
So the question is, should Mona have been more mole-like throughout the season to potentially cause more suspicion on herself, to like draw more questions? Because I think from Michael's point of view, he can go ahead and go all 50 plus odd questions on trying to answer correctly for him. Whereas like potentially from Muna's point of view, you might hedge your bets that she didn't know for a fact that in that last challenge they was at Sean.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I mean, if they both were going all in, I just think they would have just did their best to steer away from questions from the other person. So I think she just steered away from Michael questions at the end, and he just steered away from Muna, because it wasn't a toss up for them in their mind based on the observations. I would say maybe if they had went even after that last mission, or if they didn't see much, they were kind of like, it could be either one. So I'm going to try to put more on this person, but I still need to click a little bit more for this other person. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that mindset is completely right, but I think it's so hard to do. What you see all of us getting upset at Michael, and he was playing the game doing that, and it's not like Muna didn't do that. We saw during the Big Ben mission where they're like, "Oh, Muna forgot a key." Was that a mole-like activity? And it's
no, because she didn't forget no teeth. They thought it was.
So it's like sometimes you just luck into looking like a mole, and sometimes you just full on go for it. But I think it's more of an individual game. You gotta know exactly what's going. Who the mole is?
I think it's Kyle. I think it's Kyle. Kyle, he agreed. He said right, because Muna had she been more convincing, Michael may have spread his answer differently. And then he said great take, because hence another reason we need to stop talking about why we are playing for my family. Yeah. All that. I mean, it's like they regurgitated the same story about 6-7 times.
Everybody playing for their family. Everybody got mama. Everybody got daddy. Somebody got somebody in their family. We know. We get it. Let's get this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, come up with the sob stories. We know. I was over it because it was regurgitated.
Oh, that's Kyle.
Yeah, I assume. Well, so every time I go to their stream, he always like, I assume it's Eric. It'd be me. So it's just it was just too much. And I mean, Sean being the mole, it was so on the nose for him being undercover cop. It's not that I didn't suspect him to be the mole. I just didn't want him to get nothing from this experience.
What do you mean? They don't get money. I guess they get the glory.
I
They get the glory.
I gotta be
They
very
get a
real
sign.
though.
They get money.
Yeah,
I gotta be
not
very
like
real.
the winner, but maybe like a solid maybe 50K.
50K.
Sean played being the mole terribly in my eyes.
Me too.
Only because he was so obviously the mole. I was like, this, he can't be the mole.
I really think
because he did too much, and
he was giving like Joy did.
Yeah,
we was like, "There's no way Joy the mole."
Like,
cartoonish mole.
I guess it worked out for him, but
yeah, we thought
Michael was the mole. You ain't gonna tell me no different.
It was
Michael.
Yeah, but we gotta remember, like, if we, like, from the point of view of the contestants, remember they're not always present for every part of the mission. Like that first one, like if you're not physically there to see Sean kind of being slow with the slingshot, especially when the other team was also slow with the slingshot, how does that then make him look bad? Because like, oh, everyone's just bad with the slingshot.
Right. My thing is, somebody picked up on it. Maybe I don't know who it was, but when he went down that propelling thing, how is you all of a sudden MacGyver and you can get down a whole skyscraper in 15 seconds when you just talking about how terrified of heights you are? That's not
that is funny thinking back at it, because I think it was a fun moment to be like, yeah, I wasn't scared of heights at all. But then if we think back to the mission, he made it down faster than Melissa did, so he did fly down that skyscraper.
MacGyver, like, it makes no sense. And so, like Tree said, like, I think it was because to us it was so obvious what he was doing, and that he was purposely messing him up. Is like, you can't beat them all, because clearly we can see through this, and the way he was lying so openly. And then, like Muna said, how he couldn't lie at the table. That's why I said, how you can't lie and you supposed to be an undercover cop, but then you start telling these elaborate lies later on to try to convince Q or then try to negotiate. It's like the contrast. First you can't lie, but now you can lie.
It make sense.
I think it did to me feel like a fun reveal for the players. I think they enjoyed it. Somehow they didn't see it coming.
I really think because they didn't know he used to. A lot of them didn't know he used to be an undercover cop.
Yeah, they were definitely right.
Because if we did not know that fact, I don't know if we would have potentially picked up on it so much too.
Well, he told us he was.
That's why I said if we didn't know.
Well, yeah, if we didn't know.
If you guys didn't know if we never got that reveal the information, like just like the rest of the players that were just kind of in the dark, besides the ones that watched this movie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love the mole.
I just say, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's why I said that's the only reason why I didn't even like this is my suspect. I think it's Sean because I just didn't want him to get nothing because I know the mole get a little change. So I was like, he don't need no change. He don't need no money. No, give it somebody else.
You don't get nothing.
That was the only reason why I was not willing to like put my money on Sean being the mole because I just didn't want him to get nothing. And I liked Ryan, so I was like, I want Ryan to be the mole because nobody's suspecting her. So I want them to see how crazy they look when they get out here and Ryan the mole. But yeah, alas.
Well, another season in the books.
Michael.
Get Moon on another show. Get Moon on another show. Moon is amazing.
Big bro.
I want to see Moon on the Trust.
She would be really good at the Trust.
I'm gonna be real. I don't care to see the Trust ever again. It was a cool one and done, but it wasn't all that to me.
Yeah,
like it was cool.
Yeah,
but do I want to watch it again? I don't.
They'd have to revamp it. They'd have to revamp it.
I've been like going down on Netflix like things like the kind of season they did one and done. It's like if the Trust came back for a second season, I'd watch. But it's not like
I'll definitely watch.
But it's not like it's not like I want to do the season of this. Like if they don't do it, it's like okay, this was it was cool while it lasted.
Yeah,
everyone got their little bit of money.
Overall, like I'm kind of like Kyle. I was talking to Kyle about this the other night, but I'm not too hype about the mole next season. Like I was really excited to see this season again because season 1 was really good. Loved the cast. They were really entertaining. They were there for the money. You know, this cast, I won't say they weren't there for the money, but it's just like everybody was too busy trying to be the mole, and the mole slipped right through the cracks. And so I'm just not really sure. And also, I don't know, it's just a coincidence, but I said 2 seasons back to back of the mole when the black woman is final 2 and she get beat out by the white.
Hey,
why
we
you
didn't have
question?
next season it's gonna happen.
Or they need to do a version of the mole on BET Plus.
Right.
So no matter what, we probably get a perfect color money.
Oh, crack it up.
Well, overall, I get a season a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Because Moon, I'll give it a 7. I like Moon, so I'll give it 1 extra.
I like Moon.
It made Fridays more fun.
Moon get a 10. Season, you gonna get that 6.
Like I said, Moon and Hannah, I'm so sad it wasn't them two in the end. I would have liked rather them two have been in the end with Sean. That's what I would have preferred.
Same. I wanted Deanna to be the mole. Like after one run, I was like, it's Deanna. Oh my god, I would have gave her if she was the mole. Now talk about ultimate jaw drop. That would have been like a girl.
She was the dark horse. Josh said to him anyway.
Yeah,
should so.
Now the plot twist would have been now if they really did have Moon the mole. Child, I didn't think they was gonna do that, but if they would have had Moon as the mole,
that would have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have been
or Hannah too.
No, I was waiting for. I think the mole will come back for a 3rd season. I think it will. They should tweak some things to make it better. But I really do feel like I'm waiting for one of these days that we get this season once a year. I want a season where the mole actually goes undetected. Where like the person when they get to the final question, who is the mole, and both the contestants pick wrong. They picked each other.
Right.
I want a mole.
But one of them is still gonna win. And see, that's my problem.
It's gonna be whoever gets the most questions right, because the name of the game is to find out the mole and track their every move. That's kind of in the
that's my problem I have with the mole, because it's like if both y'all is wrong, even though it's based on your question, but it's like y'all didn't even know who the mole was. That's what I don't like. Like you didn't even guess right. You just got that many questions right. So if it's 20 questions and you got 3 right and the other person got 2 right because you wrong because you guessing somebody else, and you still get to win all this money.
Shout out to that. I'm taking the money home with a big smile on my face. Shout out to me.
Yeah.
I still proved I knew the most about the mole. So what's the tea?
Right.
Well, no, that just means that the other person is closer to the other mole. Like, oh, it's a woman and a man, and then the woman's a mole, and then it's like, I think the mole's a woman, and the other person's like, oh, I think the mole's a man, and then it's
wait,
like,
was that Moon was like, wait, is there 2 moles around here? Now that would be a plot twist. That
plot
twist. Like to see. I would like to see that. But yeah, that would be hilarious. Like in season more, like you get to be mole, and then they let you get eliminated just so it can only be one at the end, or let both of them make it to the end. Like we're switching it up. There's a final 4 this time, only to reveal that there's 2 moles. But I don't know how that really work because.
Or I'd love to see if like maybe there's like a mole challenge. Like the mole themselves has to sabotage so much money by like mid-season, or else they'll get replaced.
I like that.
That would give it a nice twist.
Sean wasn't really doing that much. I mean, you ain't got to do it. Ain't all got to be overt. But I would like to see. I want to see you throw a little something every now and again. But I don't know, because I didn't see him cutting them strings like he said, them ropes like he said he was. But anyway, that's the mole, y'all. We've been here 15 minutes too long. It's supposed to be 30 minutes, really 20. 6 out of 10 for me. Josh said 7. Tree said 6 as well. Eli.
See you next time. Out of 10.
Another struggle.
Oh my God. So that's it. See y'all next time. And speaking of next time, we'll be very soon because it's Big Brother season. And we are so delighted. So yes, we're gonna just.
It is officially Big Brother season.
Oh, new logo.
Big Brother, or no, somebody is always watching.
I don't know if it's gonna be us.
Right.
Damn, took away the rewind, but we're gonna talk about all that.
We'll talk
Tomorrow.
about it tomorrow.
Woo, CBS, y'all playing with me. Y'all playing
Good night,
with me.
Kyle. We'll see you soon
Night,
for our
Kyle.
pod versus pod draft. But yes, y'all, we'll be back tomorrow night at 9:30.
Nah.
Don't look at me.
Let's do 9:30 to be safe.
9:30.
Because I gotta go away to Frisco, and that's an hour drive.
Okay, so for our viewers and listeners, our mode coverage is now over. Click. That's in the past. Wrapped up. Boop. Now open the door, turn the key. We are now officially in Big Brother season, and so we will be doing our cast assessment for the cast of BB26. We got them this morning. Shout out to Big D or Tiffany, whichever one it was, for leaking it early. Or that's speculated, allegedly. That's who did it. So we will.
What if it was Anna? We blaming one of them
You know
too.
what?
It was Hannah.
Right. Whole time. So we will be starting officially. This wraps season 8 of the pod. And we will be going to season 9. Oh my God. Crazy, right? So
we've been going to work, okay?
We're going to work. We're going to work. So thanks for hanging out with us for season 8, y'all. And we look forward to starting a brand new season, a new chapter with y'all. So until next time, which is tomorrow. Make sure y'all follow us on all the socials, Twitter and Instagram at AWhoAllThere. And of course, subscribe on YouTube at AWhoAllGonnaBeThere Podcast. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Good night.
Bye.
Deuce.
Chicken in a cup. Chicken in a cup.